do we head up? That must be John Harvey, is it? In front of him in the 25 car. Okay, coming out of there onto the straight. Grice is gone. Round sideways into the... He's hit the wall. Alan Grice in the wall. No, it's Steve Harrington. Race cam showing you that. We'll replay that to you shortly. But problems now for the roadways team with Steve Harrington obviously receiving a tap or something has gone wrong there. We'll go back to a replay of that shortly. Let's have a look again. Coming into the corner, it's 25. John Harvey in front of him. They come out of the corner. He's either lost it or been tapped from behind. There he is going across into the earth bank there. So we'll have a pit report about that from Pat Welsh shortly, as soon as we can get a reaction from Alan Grice, who had given the car over to Steve Harrington. But that is big drama for a front-running team.
As we rejoin Dick Johnson, he's heading up the mountain again, past where Grice has obviously come to grief.
Thank you. Been a long pit stop for this car after it went into the wall at Hell's Corner. It's been brought back round to the pit row. That's the roadways car number 60, Alan Grice, Steve Harrington entry. And they're bustling and hustling over this car to try and get the kinks out and try and get it repaired and get it back on the track. But every minute that slips by doesn't do anything for their chances.
Substantial damage to the front and the rear. You can see them working on the front there, just checking out the suspension inside. We saw some steam from the radiator. Perhaps they punctured that as well. Trying to do a little bit of fender bending and make sure that the tyres are clear.
25 is back on the track, by the way. That's Johnny Harvey, second dealer team car. After a long pit stop with what appeared to be gearbox trouble. Also trouble for the second of the Kmart cars, the number 9 entry. Andrew Harris and Ron Harrop. I see it's being driven in behind the pit lane, so that looks as though it's just going to their chances for the day.
Working frantically on the front end of the Grice Harrington Commodore. Also at the back, you'll see that they've got some problems, I'd say, with the petrol tank. The back end is also copped a shunt, and there you can see the back caved in just behind the right back wheel. Of course, these petrol tanks are very safely encased, so there's no problem there of a possible explosion with the impact.
We mentioned car 9 going behind the Pat Welsh.
Thanks, Gary. Yes, as you can see, there is major repair work going on for the Commodore here at the moment. They're trying to fit a new radiator at the moment. Alan Grice doesn't look at all happy, and it is going to be a major job, and I'd say the car will be here for quite some time yet. They're ready to put new tyres on. I don't think that is their major concern. They're doing some ready-made panel beating, as you can see. Fairly heavy damage to the front of the vehicle, and Alan Grice stomping around, not very happy at all. I think we should take it back to the central commentary position at the moment.
Thank you, Pat. Alan obviously doesn't want to talk about it at the moment. I think he'd have more on his mind, and that is watching the James Hardy 1000 just slip away from him. So troubles have beset the roadways team. Car number 6. They started 2 cars this morning, withdrew 1, of course, which they had planned to do all along. That was Steve Harrington. Then Grice did a good...
Well, it's desperation stuff here at the moment in the Alan Grice pit. Alan, what's exactly wrong with the car?
Well, it's been off the road, and Steve got a bit of a touch when he was driving and put it in the fence both ends. But he left the car there, so I ran up to see how bad the car was, and I was able to start and drive it back.
Now, I understand you have suspension, radiator, and also fuel problems.
Yeah, that's right. We've got to change fuel tanks. They've already changed the radiator. They don't know what's wrong with the suspension at the moment, but they're still looking and checking that. At this point of time, I think it's fair to say that they're trying to fix it, but we haven't made a decision to go back out again yet.
You're obviously desperate to finish this event.
I was desperate to win the bloody thing.
That's destroyed your chances, hasn't it?
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
How do you feel? Very disappointed, obviously.
Yeah, that's the question. That's the answer. You got the lot.
Okay, Alan. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Pat Welsh, and a very disappointed Alan Grice. And why wouldn't he be? Because early in the week, they really looked like the team that could throw...
The James Hardy 1000 at Mount Panorama. Well, they've finally got the Roadways Commodore back out on the track again. And Steve Harrington, who got involved, whether he was clipped from behind and spun off and crashed into the wall. All that work back in the pit area, and Grice is back out on the track again. No chance of winning it.
But he doesn't give up easy.
No, he's a survivor. He's a hard fighter. Things don't come easy to Alan Grice in his motor racing. He fights for every victory.
Set to drop in, another radiator.